tell us your five. God, it's gonna be good. Your five greatest Western Australian players, football players. Number
Oh,
one.
so football players.
AFL players, doesn't matter. There'll be AFL players from born in Western Australia, your top five, and I'll give you mine.
Well, my favourite player never played AFL, so can I
It
include him?
doesn't matter.
All right.
You tell me who your greatest five, and I think we're thinking of the same guy.
Well, the
Um,
greatest player I've ever seen play football is Stephen Michael from Fremantle.
that's the same as me, mate.
All right. I don't think anyone comes close to him. Um, and as a teenager, watching him play football, it was like I hated South Fremantle, but you just watch this guy in awe.
Yeah, I've seen all the
You just
highlights
watch
of him.
this guy in awe, and players that are playing now, and this is where youngsters like. If you haven't heard of the name, go back and have a look at him on YouTube.
I'm gonna be putting some photos and some stuff up, my friend, so they'll know who
Uh,
Steve was after this one.
So there's YouTube on everything these days. So and it's hard to say top five because another player who never played AFL, but I played against him one day, and I'm not going to go on about that, but it was my best game I've ever played.
No,
Was
yeah, right.
and he said it to me afterwards as well. He said I kicked his ass, so it was good. But it was Les Fong from West Perth.
Yep, heard of the
If you're in
name.
Victoria, you might not have known him, but he
I've
played
heard of the
like
name.
300.
I've heard of the name there.
Yeah, he was a little forward rover sort of for West Perth because I was a garlic muncher for them.
Love it.
And then
Love it. The garlic bunches. I love it.
and and then I've got to look at Peter Matera,
We're thinking alike here,
from
mate. We're thinking alike, my
like
friend. We're thinking
I wanted
alike.
to mold my I tried to mold my game on him, but I was an amateur. I was nowhere near him. But I tried to do what he did on the field, and it didn't look that great. But sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. I ended up with the name KB instead. But
Okay.
no,
There's that goal in the 92 grand final when he bombed it from
yeah.
50. That was the and he's gone like that. You know what I'm talking about.
Well,
That was
I know what it's like because
I
at
was there.
footy I never passed it if I was winning 50. So
Oh,
there it is. um,
number
and
four, my friend.
well, geez, it's hard now. I could put a lot in there like Dean Cox, but I go on players that I like watching. And not saying they're the best, but Benny Cousins to me was
We like Benny Cousins. We like
Benny
Benny Cousins.
Cousins. Him and Chris Judd are really hard to separate as
Yep.
players. But I just think, and probably Chris Judd was the better player, but I just think Benny Cousins had that something about him. And yeah,
He had
Chris
that
Judd,
aura. He had that aura, that rock star aura, didn't he?
yeah. If Chris Judd had stayed at the Eagles, I probably would have said he was the greatest Eagle of all time. But
Yep.
yeah, and yeah, I can name and this guy that I'm going to mention, he wasn't the best ruckman out, but there's not many people that can do what Nick Naitanui did.
Well, we
All
got
right,
that right,
so
my friend. Absolutely.
there's not and people sit there and they abused him and they go, oh, he doesn't get this amount of kicks, but he didn't need to get that many kicks.
No.
The way he applied his craft was, and I talked to a lot. You talk to a lot of AFL footballers when you see them at functions and stuff like that. And one of the questions I ask is always, "Oh, so what do if they were midfield, I go, what was it like being in the midfield against Nick Naitanui?" And all they'd just sit there and go, "The guy was a freak." And then to
I,
me, that's all. That's all you
I,
need to hear. The guy's a
I,
freak.
I
So,
remember a game at Subiaco. We've got about 2 minutes to go on this part.
yep.
There was a game in Subiaco. I think it was the Australians versus the Irish. I'm pretty sure. And I was watching. I think I've always wanted to see this. I think it was Nick Naitanui and Scott Pendlebury in the middle. And I thought, okay, this is going to be good because I could just imagine because Pendlebury's one of the best players I've ever seen. The guy's a freak, and I'm thinking, oh my god, can you imagine Nick Naitanui tapping it to Scott Pendlebury? I'm just thinking this is gold because
Yeah.
Pendlebury would have. Can you imagine those two talking, but they're going just the conversation, the conversation between okay, mate, I'm gonna go left. If you can flick it, because this guy can't ruck, we'll go flick. If you can flick it backwards to me, mate, I'll just run around the back. It would have been amazing.
He just did a podcast on Backchat, and he was basically saying that there was midfielders he would have loved to have been rucking to. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I suppose it goes both ways because he sees midfielders he knew, Luke Shuey knew where to go with him. So
Yep.
but they said, what would you be like rucking to Harley Reid these days? He goes, oh, that'd be a dream. So
Yeah.
it
That's
goes both
exactly.
ways, I guess.